Those of you who know me know that I do love adventure. Part of my adventure in my life, though, is literary adventure, because books can literally take you anywhere, any time frame, any geographical location. I mean, you can time travel into history, into the future, into lifestyles you'll never experience otherwise. You can actually learn a lot of stuff from books. Even if they're fiction, you can learn. Speaking of learning, one author I think you can learn from. Now, I don't know his belief systems. I don't know this man personal, and I never will. But I keep seeing quotes from Roy T. Bennett. He was an author. Like, listen to this one. Accept yourself, love yourself, and keep moving forward. If you want to fly, you have to give up what weighs you down. What great advice. What profound words this man has spoken. He's the author of Light in the Heart, which honestly, let me just go back to the quote. This guy, this author, and I don't mean to call him guy lightly and take away from who this man was, but I want to say he was born in Southern Rhodesia, from what I have read. Again, geographically challenged. This is not my place. Residence in Africa. But he died in 2018 in Colfax County, New Mexico, in the U.S. At the age of 60. I don't know what your age range is in your country. I don't know in your family what your life expectancy is, for male, for female, for your family, for your lifestyle. All these things change that. And of course, God above can change anything. We don't know. We're not promised tomorrow. We're not promised our next breath, which brings me back to what his quote really was and how short time is. I've heard that a lot lately. I've heard prophets of God say it. I've felt the suddenlies that God is doing. I have felt the urgency. I don't think that God wants us to waste our time in situations that are bad. I've seen other prayer warriors, other prophetesses questioning what they're feeling inside, also going, I've never felt this way before, about things that hold people back, about people that hold people back. I think that life is truly short. This man's life is an example. He died at the age of 60. To me, now granted, when I was 18, that seemed really ancient and old. Let's be honest. The older I get, the less old that is. But for a lifetime, 60's not old. And there are 30-year-olds dying of heart attacks today. There are younger people getting killed by car accidents. There are children dying of diseases. You are not promised tomorrow. You're just not. It's not in the cards that it's a promise, that it's a sealed deal, that you will live X amount of days. Count on it. I could walk out my door and get hit by a semi and be done. We don't know. So what we do in life is important. And what we do right now in this moment is important. What we believe is important. What we do with our life is important. Who we let in our life, uber important. Your inner circle better be solid. It's okay to push people out a little ways, A little distance is not a bad thing. If they're taking away from your life instead of adding to, a little distance, push them out a little, because you've got to protect yourself. You've got to protect your spirit. You've got to protect your future. Those you love, your children, those around you. Do what is best. Don't just tolerate. And I say this specifically to you as well. I've been delivered, like God literally took me out of an abusive situation. And I see abuse almost nearly in every relationship anymore. They talk about this narcissism and things like that. Everything is spiritual, and we need to come to terms with that. We need to recognize that if things are bad, like stop looking at the good. Stop trying to say, yeah, but they've got this one quality that gives them the potential to be great or tolerable at least, but they got 7,500 million things they're doing to me that are bad, that are wrong, that are abusive, that are hurtful, that are not okay. Stop fearing the unfamiliar and start realizing that the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. So if those are the things happening, that's satanic. It's not, it's demonic, it's bad. But Jesus came to give life and life more abundantly. God hears us. He hears our cries, he hears our prayers, and he knows the desires of our heart. Why do you think he knows them? Because he put them there. If we will seek him, all these other things will be added to us. Seek him and his righteousness and his life, and put him first instead of honoring those that are hurting us over what God wants for us. Trust him. There's this old song, trust and obey, for there's no other way to be happy in Jesus but to trust and obey. Stop obeying the rules of the world. Start looking out for yourself and obey what your calling is, what your purpose is, what you were created and put on this planet to do. The Lord grants us all those things. I'm going to end with the quote again. Accept yourself, love yourself, and keep moving forward. If you want to fly, you have to give up what weighs you down.